Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Mama Tank is back on the scene. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Remember, I explained this is day 10. First and foremost, this is day 10 for us. This is day 10 for me. So give yourself a round of applause, right? So let me go ahead and get this day started. Look, family, I've been playing with times and dates and meetings and moving and all this alignment. So I did take a couple of days off. I'm not going to lie. But again, I'm not even going to beat myself up about it. It's all about alignment. So, what we need to be mindful of and give ourselves grace for is finding what works for you and being unapologetic about it. Right? Being unapologetic about it. Let me be transparent this morning. This 10 days has really taken a lot out of me. A lot. To where I feel a little overwhelmed, a little drained, right? And I'm talking to the people 50 plus that's getting back into alignment, if you will, getting back into this game called life. We have to show up each and every day, whether we feel like it or not. We have to get out of bed with, well, I don't like speaking things over ourselves, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real today. I'm gonna keep it real today. I'm coming back. I'm not wearing any mask. And if this is you, if you want a sister to walk with you, if you want, um, somebody to understand that you're coming as authentic as possible, you're putting in the energy that you have left over after a trying day, a trying time, being on social media, seeing people that owe you money, but they living their best life, seeing family that threw you to the wayside or casted you out of the family per se because you don't fit in their category of life. Even after you've poured all you had to pour into them to get them to where they are today. They forgot about you. If that's you and you've lost your identity pouring into others over the years to where you feel like you have not an ounce left of love in your heart, not an ounce left of forgiveness. You're hurting on the inside. You sometimes feel broken on the inside. Mama Tank is here for you. I am back. I realize that this is where I want to be, or this is where I am destined to be, right? So I'm going to gear towards something I wrote back in May of 2025, where God put on my heart to come and show up for women over 50. I was going to name it WTF is 60, which means the way to freedom is 60. Right now, right now, whether it's a brother or a sister, and I'm calling y'all my soul family, just because people are blood does not mean they are your family. If it doesn't feel good, it's not God. So I just wanted to come on here and say you just need to take a breath. Not that shallow breath of someone just surviving, because that's what we've been doing all these years. We've been in survival mode. Now it's time to live. Get up. It's time to live. So I want you to take a deep breath, not the shallow breath of someone just surviving, but a deep one that comes from finally realizing this moment was made for you. For decades, and I'm talking decades, you've carried on an identity that didn't even belong to you. Not by willful choice, right? But by life's relentless blows. Every rejection, every betrayal, every time someone told you that's enough, or you missed your window, or you're too old for this now, those are the exact voices that formed a heavy cloak of limitation, a cloak that never came from God. Remember, I said if it doesn't feel good, it's not God. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure that I'm sharing on my other Facebook page because I want everybody to hear this morning. We're keeping it real. It's the 10th. It is the 10th. It is July 10th. It's been a real struggle for me to even get up and start my day. Sometimes I just want to lay here all day. But I realize there's people that depend on me. And I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I've been able to pinpoint my triggers, uh, understand why my body is going through what it's going through, understand why my mind is going through what it's going through. But I have the ability, you have the ability to change that awareness. Again, this is the month that my firstborn child was abducted. And I'm not going to lay here and waddle in it. I'm going to get up and live for her, right? Whereas before, I didn't understand that you can actually change your identity. You could change your mind. You could change your timeline if you wish, right? I didn't know these things. But now that I know better, I can do better. And I'm going to share that with you. 1 second while I make sure. Let me share this to my other Facebook because I want everybody to hear this morning. How y'all doing this morning? And while you're chiming in, whether you're watching the live or the replay, I am on my Facebook page, which is the Launchpad. I'm going to change that name. I'm also on YouTube, and let me make sure I'm on Instagram. Hold on 1 second, because you have to do a second step for Instagram. So me learning this technology has been nothing short of amazing, to say the least, right? So let me get out of here and make sure that I'm on live for, and then we're going to jump right in, right? But I just wanted to give you guys a little briefing of what we are doing today. I'm just going to put a short title. I thought we were already live on Instagram. Hold on 1 second, okay? I'm just going to put Grand Rising. Okay, this is one that I'm still trying to figure out. But hold on 1 second. Let me go to Instagram on my phone. Okay, I'm gonna have to play with Instagram a little while, a little longer. Again, I'm just getting everything in alignment for this new studio that I have here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's not it. So apparently the studio is supposed to link all of my social media. Well, not all of them, but the ones that I choose, it's supposed to link them to go live. So, and apparently it is not. There's a few things. Hold on, let me see. It says I am live. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's saying that I am live on Instagram, so hopefully I am. So let's get back to the stream of things, right? So I'm sitting here for this month, and I'm playing with a lot of different ideas, a lot of different tactics on what I should, stand for, who I should serve, who is my avatar, who do I want to speak to. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I'm back and forth with who is my audience? Who does God want me to show up for? And I said, you know what? God want me to show up for me. I've even thought about the people that have wronged me over the years or not included me over the years, to block them off my social media so I can be as authentic as possible and speak how I want to speak. But I'm going to let that go. That's something that I have to think about, because sometimes when you see things, it is painful and it does trigger some things in you, right? But one thing that I realized, that just means I need more healing. That just means that you need more healing, because there's certain things in life that should not bother you either way. You're good with it and you're good without it. As a matter of fact, you're probably even 10 times better without the, the fakeness, wearing the mask. So we're in our light body right now. As we evolve and progress in life, you're in your light body. You don't need the stress. You don't need the fakeness. You need somebody that loves you for you. It's exhausting pretending to be somebody that you're not. It's exhausting to mold yourself to fit in for somebody else's expectations, where at the end of the day, they ain't going to be there for you no way. So why try? You need to sit on your throne and have people show up for you for once in your life. You've been showing up for everybody else. Show up for you. So my message today is to show up for you. Unapologetically show up for you. Whether it's in your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your daily self-care, take an hour or two or three and show up for you. As funny as this may sound, I had to take 2 days. That's how much pressure be on MamaTank. I took 2 days to bounce back and get in alignment. And I'm going to give myself a round of applause, because it used to take me months. And then it went into 2 years to bounce back and get in alignment. It took me 2 days, y'all, and I'm back. And I feel good. I feel, well, I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pushing through. I'm getting there. I'm pushing through. So thank you guys for showing up today. It does say I'm live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Let me go to this Facebook page. Again, I am using this for a practice field for when we do some things consistently. So I'm making sure that all of my frameworks and everything is in alignment. I am in a entrepreneur speaker community. So this is one of my challenges that I really, really appreciate. Hold on, here we go. Should be like, so right now I'm checking my social media to see if I'm actually live. What is going on? Okay, yep, it says I'm live here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So then let me share this to my. Gotcha. And I am going to hire a virtual assistant, but of course I have to know what I'm doing first so I can teach them how to do it. So, all right, all right, all right. We are live. Okay, it looks like I'm live on, it's called Birth the Nation Network Launchpad, where I'm live. I don't have many followers there, so I was trying to share to my main page. Hmm. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, that is not working, so that's okay. We're gonna continue. We're gonna move right along. So again, like I was saying, let me go back. So for decades, we have carried on an identity that didn't even belong to us, not by choice, but by life's relentless blows. Every rejection, every betrayal, every time someone told you that's enough or you missed, or or that was enough, or you missed your window, or you're too old for this now, you could tell them to take a seat, because those voices, they formed a heavy cloak of limitation, a cloak that never came from God, right? So remember, I always tell you guys that if it doesn't feel good, it's not God. Before God, I just want you guys to know, heaven is speaking a different language. The universe is speaking a different name over us today, over us right now. It's even in the Bible. It said, "Before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you before you were born, and I set you apart." That's why you have minimal friends. That's why family's not coming around you. We are set apart. We are different. How many black sheep? How many black sheep are out here, right? You know what I'm saying? The ones that never felt like you quite fit in. Don't think it's gonna change because we got a little age on us, right? It gets even thinner up here. That's what you call elevation. That's what you call wisdom. That's what you call setting on your throne. Whew, that is deep. So think about that. Before your first breath, God already established your identity before you ever made a mistake, before anyone ever gave you a label, before you ever became a title, right? Before a single person projected their fears onto your calling. God already called you to God already called you chosen. You are chosen. And that calling, it hasn't expired with time. It hasn't weakened with age. It hasn't faded with failure. It has only matured, refined, and deepened. Let me ask y'all a question, and I want you to put this in the chat. When was the last time you truly recognized yourself in the mirror? Remember, we did the mirror exercise on week 1? Not just the divine fire in your eyes. When was the last time you looked in the mirror? Not just the features of your face. Not, but the divine fire in your eyes. Look at yourself. Find out what is your purpose. Because the holy purpose is definitely in your posture. The silent wisdom. It's carved into every line that time has etched into our skin. I want you to look in the mirror today and fall in love with you all over again. Fix your hair. Don't do anything dramatic today, like cutting your hair or anything like that. Just love on yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're worthy. Tell yourself, I am enough. Do those affirmations in the mirror every day until you believe it. We've limited our beliefs on how we love on ourselves or who we think we are or whether we're worthy. We've limited that capacity based on what others feel about us. But you need to ask yourself this question today. How do I feel about me? And you need to change that dynamic, change that trajectory about how you feel about you. That's the only thing that matters. Okay? So what if I told you those signs of age, they're not decay when you look in the mirror. So first and foremost, we have to understand who we're actually looking at. So what if I told you those signs of age, they're not decay, but actually evidence of divine refinement? What if every scar is a story of survival? Every wrinkle a watermark of wisdom, and every gray hair is a crown of perseverance. Okay? Embrace it. Do you really believe that God let you live through all that you've lived through just to fade into the background? Heck to the no, no, no. I had to ask myself these questions over the last 2 days. So I wrote it down and I made it plain. So my higher self asks me that question. Ask me that question. Do you really believe that God let you live through all you've lived through just to fade into the background? I had to let that sit for the last couple of days because I just had that was my choice. Now, that voice telling you your time has passed, that is a lie. That's what I found out. That's a lie straight from the pits of hell, and it can go back to where it came from. Because in God's timeline, ladies and gents, in God's timeline, some callings are just getting started. When the world says they should be slowing down, we're not slowing down. We just getting started, baby. We're empty nesters. We are retired. We have no, I'm going to say, personal responsibilities as far as what time we got to get up, how we got to cook, how we got to move, how we have to look. Those were masks. Those were hats. Well, people used to call them, I wear 10, 12 different hats, right? Those hats I packed up, put them in the storage. As a matter of fact, I cleaned my storage and I threw them away. Those hats and masks have been burned. Because in God's timeline, some callings are just getting started when the world says that we should be slowing down. I had to reread that. So let me remind you who you really are. And this is in the Bible for those, who are in the Bible, which should be some of all of us, because the Bible is an instruction booklet about yourself. So let me remind you who you really are. You are Moses, standing in front of a burning bush at 80 years old, just beginning the most impactful chapter of your life. You're Abraham, stepping into fatherhood when the world said your season was over. You are Anna, the prophet who prayed and fasted for decades until she became the first to recognize the Messiah in the temple. You know what? I feel like I'm Anna because I be fasting and fasting and praying and praying. I feel like I am in my Anna era. So I just want to let you guys know before I'm gonna leave you with this. You are not worn out. You are just getting warmed up. The dust of time is not burying you. It's being shaken off of you. Those senior moments that you've been worried about, some of them aren't forgetfulness. They are spiritual downloads that your mind is trying to catch up with. What you call limitations may actually be boundaries placed by God to protect your focus, your energy, and your fire. All right, my brothers and sisters, that's my message, my words of wisdom to you today. I need you to lead with purpose today, lead with grace, lead first and foremost with love. We've been giving this love to everybody else, and I'm not saying to stop, but we have to pour back to us, within us. Pour that love into you. That way you can block those energy leakages that you're going through. That's what happens when you pour into other people and they don't pour back into you. You don't have that reciprocity. It causes an energy leakage, which can actually cause dis-ease, discomfort, disbelief in yourself. Pour back into yourself today. Today is Friday. Friday. Take yourself out to lunch, dinner. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I've been running into a lot of amazing people. But when you go out, don't be oversharing, but make sure you look people in the eye, smile, say hello, whether they say it back or not. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your bed. Get out of that unworthiness feeling if you're carrying that today. And if you're not, and if you're feeling amazing, if you're feeling great, fantastic, stuff like that, get out and go share that with somebody else. Some strangers, first and foremost. Because I'm gonna tell you something, when you share with people who are not deserving, or they're not receptive, or they're familiar with you and stuff like that, it can get overwhelming and draining. So go meet some strangers today. Somebody that don't know a thing about you, that are not putting expectations on you, titles, labels, and all that stuff. Go meet some strangers today. Because they don't know a thing about you. You can be the person who you're meant to be authentically, and they won't even judge you because they don't know you. And if they do, who cares? They don't know you. So that's what I have for you today. This is Mama Tank signing off. I love each and every one of you. Go out there and meet a stranger, and it'll help you to remember you. I love you guys. Have an amazing day on purpose.